I feel very betrayed by my country. I also feel betrayed by the EU negotiators.
A lot of Britons live in Europe. We don't hear about them that much. They don't get much political representation in the UK or in Europe, but they exist and they've had to make some pretty tough choices as a result of Brexit.
The numbers remain 48%, leave 52%.
I was absolutely amazed by the way I felt when I saw the result. I broke into tears immediately. I was angry, I was depressed, I was in disbelief.
My husband is French, he's a French engineer. My plan was that I would be here with him while he worked, and then when we retired I was planning on moving back to England. The trouble is that he's French and the settled status would probably be refused. But I would have liked to have been able to move home, and I can't do that anymore, and it hurts.
We never thought that there would be any political success in getting anyone in Britain to reconsider the decision. That's how it was. But I think we were hoping for a softer Brexit. So yeah, it was stressful, and we talked to friends who were in similar positions with what have been kind of part-time homes who thought, what are we going to do?
A lot of people have had to secure their rights in Europe, and that means getting a residency card or seeking citizenship, and there are a lot of administrative fees related to that.
Without Brexit, life would have been an awful lot easier for a lot of people.
A lot of the documentation is not for the faint-hearted. But you're in the system, you have to understand it, and you've got to get help. The French can be quite strict about these things, and they will fine you heavily if you make mistakes. I think in many ways we've probably benefited from a greater understanding of how the country works because we're now part of it, and it sends out certain signals, I think, to your French neighbours as well.
Another issue that people have been facing is a drop in the value of a pound compared to the euro.
It's affected me financially, certainly. I'm a British state pensioner, so any difference in the exchange rate is going to impact my income. I'm also finding it now very expensive to travel and much more complicated. I do have an elderly mother in the UK who I like to visit as often as I can, but I'm having to limit my trips in terms of number per year and how long I stay for.
Even bringing stuff back and forth between the two areas, between the two zones, has become so complicated that a lot of people just don't go back to the UK as much as they used to.
You think, well, anything over a couple of £100, you might fall foul of things that before Brexit you wouldn't have done.
I am rather fond of cheddar. Much as I like Spanish cheeses and I like to think I'm integrated, there are certain things that you like from home. And up till Brexit, I always used to bring some home in my suitcase.
Besides finances, I think a lot of Britons in Europe are dealing with a form of identity crisis.
Even though I'm very, very British at heart, emotionally I am a European citizen. Now, European citizenship to me is closer to a religion than it is an administrative status. I hope that justice will be served and that we'll manage to get back what we've lost.
I'm not proud of the country anymore. In fact, it shames me that some of the things that are going on. I won't be happy until I've got all my EU citizenship rights back, and there's only two ways to do that. Either Brexit is cancelled or I become a Spanish citizen. I'm not quite sure why I'm still clinging on to my Britishness, other than I've been British all my life. And that's hard to throw away.